Hey. I just want to talk about how society had produced the empty selves. One of the things I learned just with reading the book, Moreland, he speaks on how the empty self it impacted the church and how have it crippled the mentality of the intellectual mind, how, different people explain, about how entertainment, they rely on entertainment. And some, the babe one, the infatal one, they depend on food and sex and different things to feel that craving. And I call it a young mentality. And just knowing that we're in a society and that's dangerous to the church, it's dangerous to the Christian faith. When we are being entertained, we work and get off and work. You even say too much work hard, work too much work. We feel these craving up with different things to give us the ease, the pain, the void that we have. We'll begin to rely on different things to get lazy. We become lazy. We don't think. We don't challenge our minds because everybody is become entertainment to us. The TV, the YouTube, just say the media or the music or just a person that just like to eat food or just everything that is easy that I don't have to do nothing, and become passive. I need to be proactive and talk about how we need to be proactive. And I think about, now how it just got so much that we click of a button, you can go to Google. You don't have to use a dictionary no more. Now we even, instead of going to church and pray, we can do it over the phone. They say, we don't even study our Bible. We come to church and rely on the pastor. Even come to church to be entertained by the pastor, and that hurt the church. When we get people that is used to entertainment, they tend to want to come to church and they want to be entertained there. They want to be at church and get entertained. They'd rather hear a sermon that are more entertain them than challenge them to think. A sermon that gonna challenge them to live right, or something that gonna challenge them. We don't want it, and we'll become, empty by the things that we don't really need. We need to be filled up with God, with it, being able to think, to meditate, to be able to understand, the Word of God, to write the Word of God, to be able to go out to minister. And I see here where it asks us, how does, how does the empty self threaten the mission? Because see, it take more than one person to do the church mission. Some rely on the pastor to do everything, but at the same time, the pastor, he bring the word, God give him the vision, he speak what God give him, but at the same time, if he poured the word of God into the individual, and they are empty with other things, they can't help the mission grow. Filled with the word, they're being filled with meditation, they're being filled with studying, they've been challenged, to go out and minister, then they can help the mission. But it's a threat if we got people that only show up for church just to hear what the preacher say and take what he say and believe it, and then we'll go take what he say and believe it and take it to somebody else, and that could be the wrong advice. Not to saying that the preacher is saying anything wrong or teaching the people wrong, but at the same time, I need to be challenged to think. I need to be in meditation. I need to meditate on the word of God, like day and night, like Psalms 1:1 teaches. Blessed is the man walking out in the counsel of the ungodly, or standing where the sinner, or sitting in the path, sitting in the, you know what I'm saying? We need to be in a place where the righteous man, they meditate on that word. We read God's word, we learn it, we study it, we think about it, we meditate on it, we read, we push back and think about critical thinking. Think about, let the word get in our minds to transform our minds, the way we think, and then that'll help the mission of the church. And then you talk about talking to some people and say right here, how can the local church minister to the people who exhibit these qualities? And we have to make sure that we know what we're talking about when we deal with these type of people, and get them to understand, exactly what this is doing. When we're not challenging our mind, and I like the part with about what he was teaching, what the book was teaching on, the mind is like a muscle. It's like a muscle. If we use our muscle, we get bigger. Same way with our mind. If we use our mind to think and think deep, our mind develop and be able to go deeper, be able to respond deeper, you know. But if we never challenge, it's I teach it with my kids, you know, crossword puzzles and scramble and things like that to challenge their mind, to do things that help them, you know. Usually if we keep stimulating our mind absorb and keep wanting more. But then they say like a muscle, if you don't use your muscle gonna vanish away. So it's the same way. I love that teaching, because we need to understand that our mind, we have to use it. You know, we don't need to be crippled by things that we think is good. Going to the movies, fine. Too much TV. Call them couch potatoes. Sit there and just look at TV all day. Talked about the 25%. You know, how to keep the elementary kid look at 25 hours of television a week, and said high school students is somewhere around 6 times more than elementary. Like, that too much TV, that too much entertainment. Then with the schoolwork, but then what about meditation in God? What about meditation on who He is, His Word? So it's vital important that we teach on it. It's vital important that we allow this to change the way we think. I'm learning a lot in it. Taught me a lot, you know what I'm saying? So we have to use our time to really push back, to go pray, to meditate on God, to want to go deeper, to stimulate our mind, to thank God, to think holiness, to even writing a vision or believing God for a plan, you know, to get by ourselves and just think about it. The Bible even tells us to count the cost. Count the cost. You know, a lot of times we'll make quick decision without even thinking. We're not even counting up the cost. But then we have to understand the cost. But how can I if I never sit there and think about it? How can I if I don't never slow down and take time to think about some of my decisions, where I want to go in life? So I thank God for being able to shoot this video, and I pray that it will help somebody. Bless you. Thank you.